Some form of a drink. Alright. Says we're live. Oh, I don't have it open on my phone. Let me get a phone going real quick. So I can read the freaking chat for some stupid reason. Alright. Hello, everyone. Oh, Jesus. Let me try that again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream, and good morning, or good afternoon if you are in a foreign country. So, we have finished the revision process, like cleaning and all that stuff. We finished that. Now we are on to probably the longest and probably most tedious thing, which is going to be coloring and shading every single page. So I did 1 and 2 yesterday, and they were a terrible amount of work, I would say. But they were still work. Like, I'll just say it like that. It was a lot of work still. So we're just taking this panel by panel, one piece at a time, and basically coloring our characters in, shading them, the whole 9 yards. Alright, so we're starting with Ashley. That'd be a darker tone, wouldn't it? Starting yesterday was kind of a nightmare because, well, yeah, it kind of got a little tedious. This is just for a color guide. Let's see. Oh, oops. I got the wrong skin tone for Ashley. I could just guess. That's her hair color, not her skin tone. So it's like a very, very light gray. Okay, let me just back this up. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but yeah, it's not right. So, whoopsie, I made a mistake. So if I had to take a wild guess, it'd be something along those lines. Oh god, that might be a little too dark. Actually, let me just do this more accurately. So we're just gonna go here. We're gonna get the color selector, and we're going to make sure we're on the right layer first. There we go. So yeah, this will take a while, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And the characters will look weird at first because Ashley has a much darker skin tone than the rest. So she's going to look weird because her hair is not like contrasting well at all. But right now we're just adding base colors and then we'll add the shading and all that. I don't know how many pages we're going to do, but it all depends on how much detail is per page and all that stuff. And this one has quite a bit, so should be interesting, I should say. But yeah, I opted for the black and white look because, well, it's not as much work, and it's a good thing to do for a start rather than going full ham. Darker shade for the inside of the ears. Plus, I'm kind of go. Whoa, that's not right. That blends too well. I'm gonna kind of go with that. Like, if you've ever seen Sin City, it's like a Sin City kind of thing. Like, where they chose to put color only in certain places, like for things like blood, like to highlight certain things like all that stuff. It's basically going to be that kind of thing, where I only put color in areas where it's needed. And yes, there will be blood, to quote Jigsaw. Okay, let's actually get her base skin first. So this is definitely going to be the most tedious and most time-consuming process. Easily. But as long as we take it easy on ourselves and don't try to do too much per day, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, guys. Darker shade for the belly button. Same thing for the inside of the mouth, but not that dark. See, that might work. Perfect. All right. See some little spots that I see some spots that I missed. So let me get those little nooks and crannies. You know, I know nobody is going to be paying attention to these kinds of things, but I can see it, so it bugs me. All right, so there's our skin tone. Okay, now I need the hair tone. That's up here. This is a page that I did yesterday. And as you can see, this is what it kind of looks like when we get to the full shade and all that stuff. This kind of stuff. What am I doing? Oh, hair. I think I'm going to put that on a different track just because it's more professional. It is very, very subtle, but it's there. Very, very subtle, but yeah, it's there. All right, boink, boink, boink. Then the one towards the back always has like a darker color because it's more shaded. So we need a darker tone. Like this. Because that's how shadows work. Doesn't blend too much with the skin. I think that needs to go up just a little bit more. Because this one wouldn't be as shaded as the other ones. Okay. What color were her horns again? Oh, hang on. I think her horns were just like a kind of a black color. Did I get the thing up here? Yes, I did. Okay, what color were her horns? They were like a dark gray. So let's get that real quick. Make sure I'm on the right track. Yep. Because I consider horns to be part of the hair area. Plus the shading and all the lighting doesn't really need to be that drastic, so even if I don't put them on separate layers, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, I can see some little nooks and crannies up here that I got. It's always the little like nooks and crannies, even though we are going to add like a two-tone effect. Okay. Her uniform. This is the one thing that I didn't get a color scheme for. Well, let's see. The top, I'd want like a white color. So white with maybe a darker gray for the bottom. So we could probably just go standard white. For the color of the collar, go just like a little bit of a darker shade. Whoa, that's not. Let's see if that might blend a little better. That's the thing with grayscale. You really got to be careful with your colors. All right, go a darker shade. Just pick one that doesn't blend too well with the legs or the skin, and that blends too well. So we need to go a little bit lighter. It seems a little too dark. Yeah, let's make that just a little bit more lighter. There we go. There we go. Okay, for the belt, we just want kind of something darker. Just something that doesn't blend with the skin. I can see it not blending. Right, we can just do something like that for the flower. Okay, now for the clothing. The inside just needs to be a darker color. Because that's shaded. Just... Sorry, guys. Just not too blendy. Okay. Same ordeal down here, but we got to get this color first, then go darker color. Okay, I think we've got colors for her. Yay, she looks good. All right. Now we just need to add... Oh, I see a spot I missed. There are always things you just come across when you're going over things. Whoops. Okay. Now the fun part. Actually shading her. Okay, is there any definitive like light source? I don't think there really is. So I think what we do is we just try something and just see what happens. So that needs to go on top of all of the color layers. Yep. So we need a darker color like that. Okay, so we want the two-tone effect. Ooh, considering she's two-faced, I think half and half actually works here. Kind of like a dark half and a light half. Because she is two-faced. That's what this character is literally supposed to be. A two-faced bitch. It's gonna make my brush a little thick because for some reason Ibis just does not like to behave when it wants to. And this whole process is just going to be a mix. It's just going to be a whole bunch of experimentation. Okay. Comes out like that. You got to think physics here. And it really is just an experimental process. Okay, I think I'm going to make this shirt a different shade. So that'd probably be a good idea to just leave it the way it is. Okay, there's going to be a shadow underneath the shirt. Okay, think physics here. That comes right down. So it probably come out like this. Okay, and then the legs are question mark. So the one for the, let's see. Well, let's add this and see what happens. You'll see exactly what I'm doing in just a second. This is a good shading effect if you ever want to like advance your shading. Makes it look a lot more realistic. Yeah, guess we could go over that. Okay, I can already tell. I think it's off. No, nice try. Because I really don't know how I want the lighting to go for this right now. So that's the question mark for me. All right. think we're not gonna figure. I don't think we're gonna figure anything out. Oh, excuse me. I don't think we're gonna figure out anything until we get to actually like putting. Okay, let me name this. Two. Not that. Two-tone skin. Okay. This is nothing, right? Yes. Okay. So this would be the two-tone for the hair. Two different tones of colors. Right. Now we can do this more efficiently. So we're following the line that goes down onto the face. So I feel this is the process that's going to probably take the longest. It's just figuring this out because I'm still learning this. Let's see. Guess the only thing I can really do is just try something like this. Because depending on how it looks, depends on where the light source is gonna, like, if there's a definitive light source or whatever, for like dramatic lighting or whatever, because there is no definitive light source in this. It's just literally a posing of a character. I think the horn should be fine. Oh, I see a spot that I missed. Her ears. Whoops. That's okay. I can go back and get that in just a second. Okay, so all those would be drenched in black. There is a method to my madness, guys. There is a method to my madness. It's just a matter of getting it right. Well, yeah, that's definitely just code in black. I would say that it goes like, you gotta like half it, pretty much. Let's try something like that. I think what I'm gonna do probably is I'm going to basically do what I did with is what I did with basically all the drawings I've been doing as of late. It's just a process of figuring things out. Okay. Let's try this out. So 26% was the one. That actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, so this would be just a little higher up, like maybe about 30-ish%. Ooh, okay, that's not looking too bad. Make it a little bit more darker. There we go. Oh, wow. Hi, Tatiana Hicks. Hello, Hannah Pauly 3997. Sorry, I was just a little engaged in what I'm drawing here. All right. Well, not drawing, shading and coloring, basically. Okay, that don't look too bad, actually. All right. I just realized I actually got to do the clothes, too. That's not too bad. All right, physics. So it comes out like that. And falls down into here, comes down like that, I believe. Something along those lines. It's probably going to be something pretty close to the skin tone. Right, same thing with the... Okay, this actually does curve. So it would go more like probably that. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Alright, it's already looking way better than it was. Let's see. Okay. So right here, this don't look right. This looks off. So I think it needs to be more like on this side. Comes down, goes out. Yep. Like purchase me with that. Something like that. Perfect. All right. Let's blur the outline because I can see where there's clear like mistakes. Perfect. Right. Now I need to go back to the skin because the legs I need to also get correct, which I think that it's just straight up that, like just darkened. Probably on both sides, honestly, but yeah, it's already looking better. And like I said, we don't have to go too dramatic here. We just gotta be, just gotta make it look pretty. I think I'm gonna give this just a little bit more darkness. Okay, that looks like dog shit. But this way you guys can see just how much work goes into this. It's nuts. That don't look too bad. This looks off, but we're just gonna kind of clean that up with some blur. Yeah, that's fine. All right, but has this got the thing on it? It does. Okay. I need a smaller one. Okay, because some light would be hitting the back side of this. Not very much, just a little bit. Probably off the top. The top. Something like that. Okay. She's already looking 10 times better. Alright. I better name this before I forget. Clothing. Two-tone. Keep in mind, we've got to do this for 2 more characters. Alright, let's see. So I think we just, do something like this. Go something like this, grab this color, and start adding some shadows. Let's go with slightly darker tone. .5. No.
That's why there's so many wrecks going on. I don't know what else has happened.
Yep.
But they said they didn't bring its people.
So yeah, this page will probably take a while, but it is what it is. Okay, let's not half-ass this. Can I see that coming through? A little bit. No, that don't look right. Is it one of those ones where it does like something like this? Comes out like that. It works. Either it's just a very, very mild amount of shadow. That looks fine. Um, her hair is resting against her face, so yeah, there's no shadow there. But there is shadow here, behind her collarbone, or the clavicle, as some people call it. Maybe not that much shadow, but there we go. Behind the hair strand. Around the nose area. Let's do the ears. Pointed ear shading, real easy. Just a little curved line, and then you fill up the top. Depending on the angle. It depends on the angle. Alright. Get the one from the skin. Just so I can do this down here real quick. Let's just go with this color for this one. No. Let me see if that might look right. Looks a little weird. I think that's just because I'm not used to seeing that. Okay. Maybe a little bit of shadow underneath the cloth, like the cloth. Let's focus on the skin first. Okay, down here as well. Just follow the line. Never mind. The other side's completely shaded, so it's fine. Okay, so her tail would be behind her, so yeah, we don't have to worry about the tail. We're good. Oh, underside of the chin. Forgot about the chin. Gonna connect it. A little bit more from that area. Okay, not bad. All right, now the hair shading, which for girls is really either fun or it's really annoying. One of the two. Can't have one or the other. It all depends on the hairstyle, honestly. Like, if they have freakishly long hair, then yeah, it's going to take a while. That's the other comic right now in a nutshell. God, Carthy's hair. Yep, that's fine. That's all shaded, so we don't need to have more shadow. Oh, shadow from the ear. That comes down, so there would be a little bit of something right there. And that's really the shading process. It's literally just a shade of, or it's just a process of like figuring out if something, like if a shadow goes here, if a shadow goes there. It's literally a process of like patience. Where's the hair connect? Okay, so I would say about right there is where the shadow goes out. Just to smooth out the shadow a little bit. Because that comes out, that's hanging off of the top of her thing. So yeah, there's no shadow being cast onto the hair strand. It would basically go down. Yeah, I've got it. Hooray! Okay. Let's see, right there. Can't really see a shadow being projected off of that. That's already shaded. All right. The horn. Is it a darker shade or is it a lighter shade, technically? I think it's just a... Okay, is it the top or is it the bottom? New question. I think it's the bottom. Yep, because that's where the light is not being cast. Sort of. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, these ones in the back. Just a little strand. A little darker than that. That comes down. Like that. You can see some of it peeking through right there. Doesn't look to be the right shape. I think it just comes right there and stops. Just not that much. Better? All right. And you can put ones for the head if you want. I personally don't like to do that. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna put all the shadows on one layer. With shading, you really gotta think physics. Because physics are really a big thing with shading. You have to think of how... No, go away. You really have to think of how the hair is, you know, sitting and all that stuff. Like, that's really a key thing to get the shadows correct. Seriously? Go away. Stupid. Like, that has no... Well, it would project a shadow, but that's way too hard for me to draw. Like, that's just, like, slightly raised off the chest. That goes out. That would have a little bit of something, like, right there in that little crevice. Comes down off the face. Yeah, there'd be no shadow there. Okay, so for the clothing, probably underneath the fold. Very, very subtle. That's good. Okay, this is a different color, so we need to... I think this is an airbrush thing. Yeah, this is airbrush. How's that show up? Not very good. Hang on. Is it more something along the lines of this? No, that won't work. It just looks weird at first. Again, this doesn't have to be necessarily perfect. It just needs to be something. Just needs to get the point across. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece. Would that work for this? Kind of. Smaller. Because I do like to kind of add a dark shade. A dark shade. A dark line to like the outside. No, just kind of gives it a better look, I guess. Just a slight little better look. All right. And now to give the hair a little bit of light, or life, I should say. I use the airbrush and just kind of add like a shadow line so the light is like projecting from that spot. Okay, you can't even see that. Yep. Exactly what I'm looking for. Again. Very slow, very tedious process. Especially if the girl has hella long hair, which I tend to draw so much of. And I hate myself for it. Is it that way? I think it's more this way, actually. Excuse me. And I'll reiterate, I am no professional, so if I'm doing something that someone else does and they're like, someone who knows this more than me, then I am sorry, but yeah, I'm not a professional, so I need the shadow. Okay, shadow goes this way. Holy crap, that's massive. Let's turn that down quite a bit. Excuse me. I'm gonna add shadow to the hair on this side as well. It just bugs me. See what it looks like if it's necessary. Which it's not necessary because it's already bathed in shadow. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine. I've seen it done both ways. Okay, that collapses. Comes down. A little bit of a shadow. There's something right there too. Whoops. Okay, that's off the mark. So is it just something like that? Very subtle. Very subtle. I also just think that there's no background, and that's why it's throwing me off a little bit. She does look better, but I feel like I'm forgetting something. Like something important, and I can't think of what it is. Let me see about... What if I had just like a line like that underneath that? Because that would cast a shadow for sure. Kind of works. Are there any other spots that I'm missing? Right there. Get that color. This would kind of come out like this. Not straight like that. Curve that just a little better. There we go. I think for the most part she looks okay. Okay, let me see something. I think this is where my brain's just gonna be an asshole to me and just be like, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Why can't I see anything? Oh, I'm on eraser, that's why. My bad. Now my first connection with the eraser. That does look a little better. It's a little off, but just kind of supposed to sell this as a character. Look at her. She's a character. And bitch of a character. Yeah, I think that's fine. For now. She's colored. Alright. So now what we need to do, now that that's finished, is go to panel 2. No, panel 3. Right? Yes. Okay, I need to figure out where we're starting. It's underneath this, right? Yep. Alright. So now I need her color code. Start with the skin. Her and Rose have the same skin tone, I know that for a fact, so that'll save us a lot of time. Okay, I need to actually turn that off, because otherwise that will cause problems. Okay. Yep, that'll work. Really? Why is that one going in? Whatever. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay, that's her stomach, her legs, and her face. Through. Okay. Darker tone for the inside of the ear. Okay.
Why? How can they do that? No, if it's legal. That's what I don't understand. It's like you said. I know. I'm just saying.
Sorry, guys. Why does it feel like her skin's too dark? It's probably because the background is a little too dark. That's part of the main background, isn't it? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna have to add a shadow to the back of that anyways. So, it'll be fine. Alright, so... hair. Hair next. So... where the hell am I? Oh. Okay, now the hair. Okay. Now we need to go to here, get a little bit of a darker color. About right here. Oh, see a spot I missed. These are so easy to miss. Very, very easy to miss. Because they're so subtle. Alright, now the horn. Let's see, I need to go back here.
With different options. So what they're gonna do is give us some options to pay it back probably out of our fucking pocket.
Oops, not. Sorry, guys. In real life stuff. So I'm probably going to be on and off quite a few times.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm not trying to ruin your
Sorry, guys. On and off. Life sucks. Okay, slightly dark one for the belt thing. I think this background is what's throwing me off a little bit, because the background does really play a lot into how you see things. So yeah, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. The underside of the dress, skirt thing. Okay. Yeah, it's the background. The background color thing is throwing me off a little bit. So let's see. We're going to put a shadow at the back of that as well. So yeah, that'll definitely make her pop more. Key is just to add... Oh, hang on. Eye color. Her eye color is dark, because she's got like purple eyes. The color. Okay, the cigarette can be whatever, honestly. Well, we'll do that last. Okay, did I get that? I'll say I did. That's hair, clothing. It does not look like that is colored in. Interesting. Okay. I don't care for the color of these things, though. It just has to be darker. Like something like that, yeah. Something along those lines. That way you can actually see it. If that's the case, then the t-shirt needs to be a different color. So let's make the t-shirt. If that's dark, it needs to be... Just can't match to the skin tone as well. Now we're just kind of figuring things out. Maybe when I add the shading and all that stuff, it'll start to play out. So let's just focus on getting the shading first. Okay. That is way too blendy with the... This needs to be lighter. Nope. Let's try darker. This is the process of coloring, guys. It just takes time. Because you got to figure everything out. What works, what doesn't work, what contrasts well with something, what doesn't contrast well with something. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's fine. Contrast well. Okay, now the shadows. So it's a side angle. So let's see, we need... So side angle is probably one of the easier ones with the two-tone stuff, because it follows a very specific line. But it's also a process of just figuring things out as well. Something like this. Nope. Okay, I think that the line... Yeah, let's fix this real quick. Okay, let me... Nope. Follow the lines. This is going to be a tricky one. Okay. Her belly... That'd be like something like that. Because basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get where the light's hitting and where it's not hitting. That's what this process is. And usually it's like half and half. And for something like this where you're just trying to sell out, like just trying to, show a character, you really don't have to go the whole 9 yards. My brain just works that way. I think I could just... Let's see.
Which one? Bet I don't hear from this dude today.
Okay, I think we're to a point where we can maybe make something out of this. Sorry. Sorry, guys, in real life shit. This just happened out of absolutely nowhere. Okay, if the fingers are curled like that, I guess it's just the entire finger. Something like that. Probably. Because it connects to the finger. The curve at the wrist is definitely not right. Whoops. Hmm. That goes like that. That goes like that. I don't know. It's when I add all this stuff where it really starts to kick in. Like where I can actually see what the hell I'm drawing. Oh yeah, her face. Boink, boink. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I think I've got this. Incorrect. Needs more lighting. Comes down, goes down. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. It's just a process of just slowly figuring things out. I can probably make this work regardless. So let's see. Something like that. Something like that. Front like that. Actually, no, follow the curvature. I said follow the curvature. Thank you. Okay. There's going to be a shadow underneath there, so that's going to be filled in. Yep, back here too. Okay, I've got to make sure I get this correct. Oh, skirt. Almost forgot the skirt. And the legs. What? Where's the opening? Oh, is it because of this? Try that. This will be a little bit more trickier than Ashley's was. Okay, that's gonna have light, that's gonna have light. Let's see. So a lot of that needs to go. Okay, let's just do the thing. Okay, it's not looking too shabby. Not looking too bad. It's very hard to see on the skirt. Yep, should have done that in a different color. Okay. Shit. I think that's fine the way it is. So, like, what hit the side of the freaking... Why can I not figure this one out? Huh, interesting. Is it like that, where the light just kind of comes up over the hand? Like, just slightly obscures the finger? Probably. Whoa. Oh, I see. It's like that. Okay, let's bring that from the... Yeah, it'd be like something like this, like on top. Okay. Let's bring that up just a little bit. That definitely helps a lot more. Now I can definitely see a lot better what I'm supposed to be doing. Get some color there. Some color here. Probably on the thumb too as well. Nope. Okay, but it goes like this, like it curves. Or not. Is it just very mild? Yeah, sure, it's mild. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I do think that the shadow here can go back further. So the light source is hitting her directly, so yep, something more like that. Just a really careful process right here. Not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. Okay. Then there would be some light hitting there, light definitely hitting there. The other fingers, not so much. Okay, now the hair. I need to do the hair. Let's see. Okay, so we're just going to kind of follow that line. And from the front, so it goes kind of all the way back to here. So just kind of doink and then falls down like that. It's something along those lines. And of course, you're gonna be a fucking ass. I don't get it. This thing loves to just outwork sometimes. It's one thing I don't like about the bucket tool in IBIS. It's really inconsistent. Let me see if that might have fixed the issue. Nope, it's gonna be a butt. Can we not be a color select right now? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this tool, but it does not like to behave sometimes. Yeah, can we please just make this a lot more faster and easier so I'm not here all day? Okay, why did we... Okay. Something like that, something like this. Same thing with this strand. Oh, right. Just there, there. Maybe a little right there. Just gotta get my pen to hold still in my hand. Oh, did I forget to fill this in? I did. Okay. What? It's no fucking way. That's the same color. There's no way. Okay, just go deeper. Just go deeper black, I guess. Why do we do this? I don't get it. Like, there's days where it just works flawlessly, and then there's days where it just does not like to work at all. Wait, how the fuck did... Hang on a minute. How in the hell did that happen? Okay, I don't know how that happened, but... we'll just put on a different layer. It's a big deal. Definitely will be the last mistake I make. Okay, so we're at 38%. Right? Yes. The reason I gotta do that is because I gotta add the highlight to here as well. Like that. A little bigger than that. Maybe just a smidge. Right there. Okay. Anywhere else where the light would project? In terms of the hair. Maybe right here on this strand? Seriously, how the fuck did I do that? I don't know how I did that. Yeah, probably on these strands is where the light would hit for sure. These are too far back, so they wouldn't hit with light. The horn would definitely get hit, but I can do that with just a regular highlight. It's no big deal. This actually don't look that bad. It's just off because of the divot is not in the right spot. So what I gotta do. Let's get that more accurate. Bigger than that. That'll work. All right. Let's see. Oh, these areas would be hit with light. So this area would be for sure. Where is the one for the clothing? Is this it? Yep. Maybe right here? Yep. Alright, now just gonna add our actual shadows. Easy enough. Well, not easy, but you know what I mean. Annoying. Okay, let's turn that down quite a bit. Okay, that's not dark enough. It needs to be darker. Can't contrast too much with the hair. Okay, seriously, hair, why are you giving me problems? Whoops. Okay, that completely almost obscures that area. Maybe right here in this area. A little bit right there. Okay, back here is where things get fun. Let's go down just a little bit more. That'll work. All right. Ear. Okay, let's. Yep, that's good. All right. Hopefully that's dark enough. Yep.